we have to start with a mind-bending geological riddle. The setup of Taal Volcano. In the province of Batangas, you'll find one of the most confusing and captivating geological features on the planet. For years, its claim to fame was this: a tiny island called Vulcan Point, sitting in a crater lake on the main volcanic island, which itself sat in the massive Taal Lake on the island of Luzon. An island in a lake, on an island in a lake, on an island. But here's where it gets crazier. Following a dramatic eruption in 2020, the crater lake, along with Vulcan Point, temporarily vanished. Nature wasn't done, though. By March 2020, the lake had already begun to return, proving this geological wonder is in a constant state of flux. A beautiful paradox of tranquility and threat. From the complex to the sublime, we journey to the Bicol region to see Mayon Volcano. Famous for its nearly perfect symmetrical cone shape, Mayon is the stuff of postcards. It rises over 8,000 feet from the shores of the Albay Gulf, a majestic peak built up by centuries of lava flows. What's so amazing is that Mayon is one of the most active volcanoes in the Philippines, erupting over 50 times in the last 500 years. Despite these frequent violent outbursts, it has somehow maintained its flawless shape, resisting the collapses that scar other volcanoes. And for a final bit of trivia, the volcano is shared by 8 different cities and towns, whose boundaries all meet at the very peak, dividing the perfect cone like slices of a pie. Next, we're off to the island of Bohol, home to one of the most surreal landscapes you'll ever see: the Chocolate Hills. Spread over 50 square kilometers are at least 1,260, some say as many as 1,776, almost identical cone-shaped hills. These aren't man-made. They're natural limestone formations, the result of millions of years of coral deposits and erosion. During the rainy season, they're covered in bright green grass, but from February to May, the dry season turns the vegetation a rich brown, making the landscape look like an endless field of giant chocolate kisses. Geologists have theories, but no one knows for sure exactly how they formed, adding a layer of mystery to their charm. Now picture a river that, instead of flowing over the land, it carves its path straight through a mountain for 8.2 kilometers in total darkness. That's the Puerto Princesa subterranean river in Palawan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. What makes this river mind-blowing is that it flows directly into the sea. Its lower half is brackish and is affected by the ocean's tides, a rare natural phenomenon. Visitors can take a boat up to 4.3 kilometers inland, gliding through a pitch-black cave system, with only a searchlight revealing the dramatic rock formations and huge chambers. It's a journey into the heart of the earth, where water has sculpted a secret world. Deep inside that same underground river, there's a chamber that will make you feel tiny. As you drift on the silent, dark water, your guide's light will pan up to reveal a space of breathtaking size known as the Cathedral. This massive cave dome soars to a height of about 300 meters, or nearly 980 feet above the river. To put that in perspective, you could fit the Statue of Liberty inside this underground dome with plenty of room to spare. Explorations in 2010 found the cave system is even more complex, revealing a second floor with small, hidden waterfalls. It just shows how much is left to discover in this incredible subterranean world. Stretching for over 540 kilometers along the eastern coast of Luzon is the Sierra Madre, the longest mountain range in the Philippines. Its name means Mother Mountain in Spanish, and it lives up to the name. This massive range is the country's first line of defense against the powerful typhoons born in the Pacific Ocean. As storms approach, the towering peaks of the Sierra Madre act as a natural barrier, disrupting their structure and weakening their winds before they hit populated areas like the capital Manila. This incredible natural shield isn't just a set of mountains, it's the silent guardian of Luzon. Now let's head far off the coast and plunge beneath the waves of the Philippine Sea. About 250 kilometers east of Isabela lies a feature so huge it's hard to wrap your head around: the Benham Rise. This isn't an island, but a massive underwater plateau and extinct volcanic ridge that spans an incredible 13 million hectares. To give you some scale, Benham Rise is larger than Luzon, the biggest island in the Philippines. In 2012, this massive undersea region was officially recognized as part of the Philippines continental shelf. It's a seismically active area, rich in biodiversity and natural resources. It's a hidden territory, a sunken continent-sized plateau that adds a vast amount of area to the country, all concealed beneath the ocean. High in the mountains of Luzon's Cordillera region, we find a wonder built not by nature but by human hands on a scale that's hard to fathom. The Banawe rice terraces were carved into the mountainsides by the Ifugao people an estimated 2,000 years ago, mostly by hand. These sprawling terraces follow the mountain's natural curves, creating a stunning landscape of stepped paddies that climb for thousands of feet. What's truly unbelievable is the sophisticated irrigation system that feeds them, drawing water from mountaintop rainforests through a complex network of channels and bamboo pipes. This is ancient agricultural engineering at its finest, allowing a civilization to thrive in an incredibly difficult terrain. Let's climb to the very roof of the Philippines, Mount Apo. Standing at 2,954 meters in Mindanao, this dormant stratovolcano is the highest point in the entire archipelago. But it's more than just a mountain, it's a sanctuary. Known as the King of Philippine Mountains, its slopes are a hotspot of biodiversity, home to over 272 bird species, including the majestic and critically endangered Philippine eagle, the country's national bird. The mountain is also sacred ground for several indigenous Lumad tribes who consider it the domain of a powerful spirit. Climbing Mount Apo isn't just about reaching the country's highest point. It's an immersion into a world of rich biodiversity and deep cultural heritage. From the highest peak, we now plunge to the deepest abyss. Just off the eastern coast of Mindanao lies the Philippine Trench. This submarine trench is one of the deepest parts of any ocean on Earth. At its most profound point, the Galathea depth, it plummets to an astonishing 10,540 meters, or nearly 34,600 feet. Let that sink in. If you could place Mount Everest into the Philippine Trench, its summit would still be more than a mile underwater. This massive chasm was formed by the collision of tectonic plates, and is a place of immense pressure and total darkness, hosting unique life forms adapted to one of the most extreme environments on our planet. We're only halfway through, and we've already seen a volcano in a volcano, hills made of chocolate, and a trench that could swallow Mount Everest. Which of these first 10 facts has blown your mind the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't go anywhere because the wonders are about to get even stranger. In the rugged highlands of northern Luzon, the Cordillera Central mountain range forms a natural fortress. For centuries, these steep mountains isolated indigenous groups like the Ifugao people from the waves of colonization that swept through the lowlands. This isolation allowed them to preserve their unique cultures and traditions in a way few other groups in the country could. The mountains weren't a barrier to their development. They were a cradle for it. It was in this protected landscape that they engineered the incredible Banawe rice terraces. The Cordillera is more than just a range of peaks. It's a living cultural landscape. Deep in the heart of Mindanao lies a sprawling mountain range that's one of the island's most critical lifelines, the Pantaran mountain range. This range contains one of the last remaining blocks of old-growth primary forest on the entire island. But it's not just a forest, it's the headwater source for most of Mindanao's major rivers, including the Mindanao, Pulangi, and Davao rivers. The survival of farms and communities downstream depends directly on the health of this single mountain range. It's also a vital refuge for countless species, including the Philippine eagle. This range is the green, beating heart of Mindanao. Mindanao is home to Iligan City, known as the City of Majestic Waterfalls, but one stands out for its beauty and power: Maria Cristina Falls. This breathtaking waterfall plunges 320 feet from the Agus River. It's often called the Twin Falls because a rock at the brink splits the flow into two spectacular torrents. But what makes Maria Cristina so vital is its role as a powerhouse. The falls are harnessed by a hydroelectric plant that supplies about 70% of Mindanao's electricity. Because of this, the flow is often reduced, But on Sundays and holidays, the plant shuts down, and visitors can witness the waterfall in its full, thundering glory. The north-central part of Mindanao is dominated by the vast Bukidnon-Lanao Plateau. Nestled within this high-altitude plain, at an elevation of about 700 meters, 2,300 feet, lies Lake Lanao. This is the second largest lake in the Philippines and the largest in Mindanao. What's stunning is its origin. The lake fills a tectonic volcanic basin that formed between two mountain ranges. It's a massive body of water held high in the mountains, serving as the source for the Agus River, which then flows down to create the mighty Maria Cristina Falls. The entire plateau is a world of its own, a cool, elevated expanse, unlike the tropical lowlands around it. Imagine an island province with more volcanoes than towns. Welcome to Camiguin, a small pear-shaped island known as the Island Born of Fire. It was formed and shaped by the eruption of 7 volcanoes, the most famous being the active Mount Hibok-Hibok. The island's dramatic landscape, with its steep peaks, hot springs, and black sand beaches, is a direct result of its fiery history. The sheer density of volcanoes in such a small area is astounding, making Camiguin a place where the Earth is still visibly and actively shaping the land. Moving to the Visayas, we reach Osmeña Peak, the highest point on the island of Cebu. Instead of a single summit, it features a series of rugged, jagged limestone peaks. Some have compared it to the Chocolate Hills, but these are much sharper and more dramatic. The view from the top is a stunning 360-degree panorama of these spiky hills. Because of the surprisingly cool climate at this altitude, the area has become the vegetable basket of Cebu, with farmers growing vegetables on the terrace slopes. This mix of bizarre terrain and vital agriculture makes Osmeña Peak truly unique. Near the base of the perfect cone of Mayon Volcano lies a much smaller but geologically fascinating landmark, Lignon Hill. This isn't just any hill. It's a prehistoric cinder cone, one of the simplest types of volcanoes. It was built from blobs of congealed lava thrown from a single vent, which fell as cinders to form a perfect little cone. Today, it offers one of the best panoramic views of Mayon, serving as a geological appetizer to the main course, and a reminder that even the smaller features in this volcanic landscape have a dramatic story. Back in Mindanao, we find the second highest mountain in the Philippines, Mount Dulang-Dulang. Rising to 2,941 meters, it's the highest peak in the Kitanglad mountain range and is sacred to the Talandig tribe. But what makes this mountain truly unbelievable is its forest. The trek to the summit takes you through one of the most mystical mossy forests in the country. Often described as an avatar-like world, the trees are draped in thick ancient moss, and a perpetual mist hangs in the air, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Climbing Dulang-Dulang is more than a hike. It's a spiritual journey through a forest that feels like it belongs to another time. Not far from Maria Cristina Falls in Iligan is a waterfall whose name says it all, Tinago Falls. Tinago is a Filipino word for hidden, and this waterfall is definitely well concealed. To reach it, you have to descend about 500 steps down a winding staircase into a deep ravine. The reward is a spectacular curtain of water cascading into a brilliant blue-green basin, perfect for swimming. Surrounded by jungle and rock walls, it feels like a secret paradise, completely cut off from the world. Finally, the most fundamental and unbelievable fact of all is the Philippines itself. For decades, the country was said to have 7,107 islands. But a recent, more detailed mapping project revealed hundreds of previously uncharted islets. The official count now stands at 7,641 islands. Of these, only about 2,000 are inhabited, leaving more than 5,000 unnamed, wild pieces of land scattered across the sea. This sheer number of islands, created by millions of years of tectonic and volcanic activity, is what has created the vast and varied collection of geological wonders we've explored today. Which of these 20 facts blew your mind the most? Was it the impossible structure of Taal Volcano or the sheer scale of the Benham Rise? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching.